Welcome to News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery.
We're so glad to have you join us today. Mitchell Smith, who is the marketing director for the Midland Community Theater, is our guest today, and he's going to talk to us about everything we need to know about the Midland Community Theater. Not only how you can access all of their productions, but how you can get involved in a lot of different ways with the Midland Community Theater. And next Sunday, we're going to have with us Bethany Plummer, who's going to be talking about the youth programs for the summer. And so if you've thought about having your children enrolled in some kind of acting classes or all of the different things that they're going to be working on this summer, you need to listen up next Sunday. But thank you so much for being here today, Mitchell, and we're so happy to have you to talk to us about all of the things about the Midland Community Theater. But let's start off by you telling a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, thank you for having me on. Like you said, my name is Mitchell Smith, and I work as the Public Relations and Marketing Director at Midland Community Theater. I have been there for about 3 years now. I actually moved here about 4 years ago to find work, and actually was here for a year and became a volunteer at the theater, working concessions or working backstage, and then eventually auditioned for a show and got to be on stage. And then about 3 months after my first show, this position came open, and I had a friend who had been a show in, who knew I was still kind of looking for a job even though I was working, who said, "You need to run over there, put in your resume," and talk with them, and I did. And Ryan Lloyd, who is my direct boss, was really impressed with my resume and interview, and they hired me a week later. So,
well, and talk a little bit about your resume.
I actually graduated from Indiana State University with a political science bachelor's. I was planning to go into law school and did a little research and wasn't ready to spend that money yet. Came here, worked over in Odessa at the municipal court there to kind of get a little bit more experience with the law.
And to see if that's really what you wanted to do.
Yes, and kind of decided that that might not be what I wanted to do, and like I said, got lucky enough that this job opened up. I had been involved in theater basically my whole life, grade school productions, high school productions, and then a lot of community theater. In fact, I've moved a couple times in my life, and what I find is that I look for the community theater right away when I get to a new town, because you go in and for the most part you find a great group of people who are very accepting, and you might move someplace and then a week later you instantly have 100 friends.
Yes. That's exactly right.
So,
and that's what we tell everybody: get involved. Get involved in something that you can immediately connect to people, and then you'll love the place.
Yes, so it definitely helped with my transition. When I moved here, it was the year that Midland and Odessa had suffered the worst drought in history. I moved here from a place that was lush and green.
I know, and it was a cultural shock, wasn't it?
It was, so I was like, where am I? What desert wasteland?
Did I land on Mars and I didn't know it?
So it was good to instantly meet some great people who, you know, we always want new people.
And you don't realize when you're coming in from another place, you don't realize what a real cultural mecca it is in the Midland Odessa area, with the Globe Theater and the Permian Playhouse and the Midland Community Theater. You just got a built-in group with your university and your
with
community colleges.
Live theater, museums. I mean, we have the Museum of the Southwest and the Ellen Noel. So it's this community definitely supports the arts and wants to have the arts here. It's just getting people to recognize that and teach people how to get involved.
Which is one of the reasons we're here today, because a lot of people kind of dismiss live theater as something we don't need anymore, but we do need it. And talk about how important live theater is.
Well, you know, we just finished a show about 2 weeks ago. We did Disney's The Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
What
a fun.
We were so lucky because we did so well. We were able to add 4 shows to that run, and you know, just the delight of all the small young girls who came in costume, who sang along in the audience. There was several nights where at the opening, our Sarah Hone, who played Ariel, would roll onto the stage, and you could hear a little girl like scream out Ariel, and it was, you know, just so heartwarming. And those little girls and there, you know, several little boys took such a unique experience home with them that only live theater can give someone.
And if you've only seen things in widescreen movies, you don't really appreciate the effort that goes into rehearsing and presenting and being on stage in front of a live audience.
Right. You know, because the live audience gets to experience it differently, because they get to react with the show, they get to applaud, they get to sing along. It really is kind of a community building experience, because you get to participate more than you would at a movie theater or other non-live events.
And one of the things that I know when I go to a live theater performance, it's almost like I'm going for a real special night out. And so everything about it is, to me, is special. It's not just like, oh, I'm going down to the corner movie and have some popcorn and watch a movie, but
Right.
I'm really going, and I usually dress up because I want to make it a special night. But talk about some of the ways that people can get involved in the theater.
Well, we are, like I said, we're always looking for new people. The best way would be to call the theater at 682-2544 and ask for Tracy Alexander. She's our volunteer coordinator. But we're looking for, you know, anytime we have a show, we're looking for people to usher or run concessions or work backstage, helping move sets or change costumes or hand off props. There's so much
People
that goes
do
into.
not know what goes on to staging a picture. You've got to make the sets to
Yes.
begin with, so you have to literally have carpenters and painters
Right.
and visionaries and the whole bit. And so you're looking for creative people in a lot of endeavors, and people that just enjoy going to. We're going to have to take a break right now, but we'll be back in just a minute and continue this show.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.